Hi everyone, this is Mr. Kern. Tonight I'm going to be presenting the presentation for tonight's technology night for Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. To begin, we're going to start talking about NWEA testing for the week of January 26th to February 26th. So this past Tuesday, yesterday, testing began for students. We've had several issues with students being able to have difficulty getting into testing. So we're reminding parents and students that they need to use the Google Chrome web browser, either on a district laptop or on the Verizon iPads. In order to do that, you need to disable the pop-up blocker by finding the three dots in the top right-hand corner of the Google web Chrome browser, finding the drop-down tab that hits settings, clicking on the right-hand side for privacy and security, and then scrolling down to pop-up and redirects. And then if it is gray, you need to move it to blue so that it is allowed. And I'm going to demonstrate those steps here on my personal laptop. So from here, I'm using Google Chrome. Like I said, on the right-hand side here is the three dots. From there, you go to settings, to privacy and security on the left-hand side, control site settings, scroll down to pop-ups and redirects. And from there, it was gray if it was blocked. It needs to be moved to blue and it says allowed. So in order for that to happen, that's where you are able to disable the pop-up blocker. From there, then students are going to go to NWEA student login. So the page looks very similar to this or exactly like this. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you as well on Google. So I'm going to open another tab up. It opens me to Google. I'm going to type in Google NWEA student login. I'm going to click the first link in NWEA test session, and it brings up this black and yellow screen. That is a default browser. So it is a secure browser. So if the pop-up blocker is disabled, I will show you what it will show you. If it pops through, you'll see that black and yellow screen. Then it'll bring you to this page where the students will have their session name from their teacher and the session password. All that information will be presented from the teacher to the students. They type that information into the session name, session password. They hit the blue arrow and it will take them to the next page where they confirm what test they're taking, who they are. Hit the blue arrow. It will ask them if that's who they are. They say yes if that's them, no if it's not, and then they will notify the teacher on their end who is proctoring the test of what students are ready to go. The teacher will then prompt those students, present it to their web browser, and then the students will be able to take the test. So if I click out of here for a minute, if the pop-up blocker is disabled, here's what it would show. It would say reason number one, a pop-up blocker is blocking the test window. The solution for that is ask your teacher to help turn off the pop-up blocker, which I just demonstrated by going up here, three dots, settings, finding the pop-up blockers in privacy and security, making them from gray to blue so that it turns on the icon. It's very similar for the Verizon iPads. Students in the same way go into Google Chrome, go to settings, find the pop-up blocker icon, turn it from off to on, and we should have no problems. But if you do have a problem, please reach out to your child's teacher and they can assist and or put you in contact with me to where I can assist. So that's just kind of a little bit about NWEA as we've started that testing this week on yesterday. So the next part, we're going to talk about virtual learning and accessing virtual schedules for your students. So that can be accessed from the Wade Park School website. So from there, in Google, again, you can just type in Wade Park School. It will bring up the first icon or the first link here for on Google. You're going to click Wade Park. From there, you're going to find students and parents and just hover over that. It will bring up a reopening tab. You're going to click on that. Within the reopening tab, on the left-hand side, there's a daily schedule. From there, you're going to click, and here are all the schedules for the students for Wade Park. To access them, you just click on the hot link. So I'm going to click on Ms. Jordan's. From there, it brings up the PDF. Here is the teacher's Zoom codes and password. All the passwords for Wade Park are 838-1750. So that will give you access into your child's Zoom. The schedule is here as shown. and the schedule goes based on what the day is. Remembering that Wednesday today was asynchronous days. So that's how to access your child's daily schedule from our school website. From there, we're going to transition into accessing Clever. So Clever is the learning management system that CMSD is using this school year that can be accessed from clevelandmetroschools.org. So from there, we go to the main district website page. So I'm going to type in Cleveland Metro Schools in Google. It's going to bring me up to the first tab again. I click on Cleveland Metropolitan School District. This is the district website page. And to access Clever for students, they're going to hover over the green icon here and scroll down to Clever and click. From there, the students will be prompted here and it says Cleveland Metro School Districts, or sorry, Cleveland Metro School District. Students are going to log in from here by logging in with Clever. So they're going to hit this button here and it's going to bring them in and ask them for their username and password information. So please make sure that your student has their username and password information. And please make sure that when you're typing in that information, it is case sensitive. So if it has a capital letter, it has a capital letter. If it has a lowercase letter, it has a lowercase letter. So I'm going to log in as one of our students here. So again, to put capital letters, the same thing as for the password. It needs to be just exact as how it is. And again, if you're unsure, please reach out to your child's teacher. They are able to give you that login information. So I hit login. From there, it's going to bring me into Clever. And here are the favorited resources that the student has favorited. If you do not have anything in the first section here under favorited, you can scroll down here to the core curriculum. And here are the apps that we're going to go through this evening as part of this presentation. So the first one we're going to go through, as well as getting into Clever, is Schoology. So Schoology is where the students are going to be completing a majority of their work for math, reading, science, and all the core subjects, including encores. As you can see here from the post, Mr. Mark is the homeroom teacher of this child. So from there, the student has had presented a post from Mr. Mark, so he's telling them what they're doing. Off to another great week for science. Here's their activities and here's what things they're working on. The student can also access the courses here by clicking on courses. It will bring up all the courses that they're taking part in. So again, for instance, we're going to go to English Language Arts for 5th grade. I would click on this tab here. It brings me to the teacher's page, shows me where all the information is for that teacher and all the information here. So from there, again, showing me the schedule of events. From there, the daily schedule is here. Here are the updates. So there are updates that the student's working on. So here's the update from Mr. Mark. He's presenting them here and telling them what they're doing from Wednesday, January 27th from in the afternoon. So hope you had a great week, beginning of the week. Those that missed NWEA testing must pay attention to the announcements for the makeup dates. He's showing you that what the stuff that's happening. There's a survey here as well that Mr. Mark posted. If we go into another class, so if we go into Miss Jordan's for mathematics, so I scroll in down here, Miss Jordan has listed all the events for the weeks through January. So again, for her week here for January 28th, we're going to click here. It's showing what the assignment was, what she's having them, the students do. She's also put information here as well as from other previous weeks. And if you notice here on the right-hand side, the student has an assignment due on Thursday that says add math, rename, mix numbers, and subtract, to subtract. So I'm going to click on that. And again, here's where the student is going to be presenting or putting that information. So it says complete the assignment in your add math page. This is a review from last Tuesday from pages 161 to 166. So Ms. Jordan's having the students do and complete that through the textbook. We'll get to that and how students complete those assignments within their textbooks here in a minute. But this is just kind of an overview of how Schoology is run. It's kind of like a Facebook type. As you notice up here, there are also notifications. So in here, there's a mail icon where the student has been assisted or sent a excuse me, has been sent a message by their teacher. Also up here is notification tab. So notification has been sent here as well from posting the information here for different things. So as you can see, the notifications in the mail tab are very important to understand the student's understanding of what things are to be completed, what things have already been completed. And then again, from there, you can go to grades. They can check on the student's grade. So if you're concerned about your student's current grade or want to keep tabs on how they're submitting assignments, you can also do that. So that's kind of an overview of Schoology. The next one we're going to take part in or kind of go through is Seesaw. So again, Seesaw is accessible from Clever. So Clever is still open up in my web browser. From here, I'm going to go to Seesaw. So I click on there. From Seesaw, it will open up and show me the app. So Seesaw is another point where teachers are using to have students complete assignments. So for instance, it populates to Miss Hutchinson's art for 5th grade for Thursday. The students are, as you can see, are working on a clothing design template. So the information is here. They can click through to work on the other assignments they're working on. To the right-hand side here is an activity. So it shows them what they're going to do, what they've already done. Again, another inbox here from the teacher to student. If I click over here on the student's name, it will also bring up other classes here. So here are the other classes that I have set up for Seesaw and have other assignments that are within Seesaw. So they can just click on one of those and it will bring you to Seesaw and what that information is here. So you can see, again, from Ms. Jordan, she's having them complete an assignment based on, looks like word problems or story problems, and then having them put that information in to work on fractions. So again, Seesaw is another app here that students are using this school year. So again, accessible again with this icon here and Clever. From there, we're going to transition into NHMH. So within NHMH, you can access it again from Clever. Click on the icon. From here, it will open up into a web page. So the students need to use their email address to do that. So I've already signed in as a teacher. So let me sign out of this account and see if it will let me log back in as a student. Okay, let me try one more time. I'm gonna clear my history. I apologize for that. And the nice thing about this is that if your student is logged in, once they're logged in, they will stay logged in. So as you can see, I've logged in as myself as a teacher, but it keeps me logged in. So let's try this again and see if I can get to NHMH here. Up, let's try again one more time. Up, and you know why? Because it kicked me out of the student. So let me just sign in as that student again. Okay, so again, I log in this into Clever. I go to NHMH. From there, it now wants me to prompt for my student's email address. So again, this is the same as using Clever, but Clever wants your username. This wants the email address. So the email address is the student's first name dot last name at cmsdk12.org. I'm going to hit next, and then using the same password that this child used for their username would it be associated with their email address as well. So I'm going to put that in their password in. From there, I'll hit sign in, and it will have me say signed in, and we'll say yes. And from there, it will open up into NHMH. So this is the dashboard. Again, here in a quick view, you can see if there's any assignments that the student needs to complete. Right now, they have nothing that's due today or overdue. So if there's anything to do here, you can click on that. It will take you right to the assignment. We'll get to that in a minute when we go up to here in the assignments tab. But for Discover is where the students are going to find their textbook. So again, we're into reading is the reading textbook. Into math is the math textbook. For your students to find or to access the textbook, they just click into a module and it will take them right to that page, right to that module where they're working. And within there, they will hit the arrows to go forward and backwards within the pages. You can also go to the contents up here with the 3 lines, type in a page number. So type in page number 100. Let's try 120. Let's try page 5. Doesn't want us to be found. So in this section, it doesn't look like maybe my page numbers within this volume. So within here, we'd find different topics. So the teachers will guide what students are working on from here. In addition, you can close that by hitting this. And then again, if you close the window out completely, it will take you back to the module. So again, this is into reading. For into math, the students would click on their grade. Again, it finds them, so they're in the module, so they're working on module 16 was the last module. You can click on that to find what page you're going to work on. To find the assignments, as I mentioned earlier, many of the teachers have the students work through assignments that are built into the textbook. So from there, the student needs to complete for February 4th, they need to start this 7.4 renaming mixed. To do that, they would click start, and then it would bring them into that populated page. The questions are answered, they submit those answers, hit submit, and then it will send that information to the teacher. The teacher can then grade. So if you look up here, all subjects to do, they have 1 thing to do, they have 0 things that are overdue, and they've completed 20 assignments. So here's all the assignments. It shows the due date of when they are due and shows the date then when they were submitted. If after that, the student can open the assignment, kind of go through with what the assignment was and kind of check on the assignment to see how they did relative to the assignment, if they did correct or incorrect. And again, like I said, here's that example of what the questions would be. So there's questions here and then the information. So they use the drop-down tab to put that information in. Students are having to write out expressions. The students are having to find expressions, populate expressions, and all kinds of those interactive ways. So this is a great resource for interactive virtual learning that we're taking part in. So that's at HMH. Again, going back to Clever, you can just close out those windows and takes me back to Clever. Within Clever, also, like I said, the icons are right here. You can find them. For iReady, the same thing is possible as well. You just click on iReady, takes you to your child's reading or math page. They click on either one of these and it'll take them right into that. That's also accessible from Clever. So all of the apps are open here in favorites. Again, they're also open here in core curriculum, can be accessed from there. So going back to our PowerPoint, we've covered all those things. Nobody's gonna have any questions for me right now, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Here is the link also to the YouTube page. So myself and Dr. Buddy post quite frequently to the school YouTube page. You can search Wade Park K-8 School to find some tech videos. This video will be posted to YouTube shortly this morning. And then here's my email contact information, my Zoom code information as well with my password. So I appreciate everybody attending this session. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the Wade Park School staff. Have a great day. Thank you.